knows me again, Toscano. I'm an attorney at the law office located at 15 Broad Street in Boston, Mass. 02109. I'm a zoning attorney with my law partner, Jeffrey Drago. So I'm here representing the owner at 2 Snelling Place, Rob Mercadani, who owns 2 Snelling Place. We had filed a petition. I know everybody's been here a long time, so I'll try to go as quick as I can. We had filed a petition with ISD to extend the living space for unit number 1, which is on the first floor, into the basement, making that a duplex apartment. We also, as part of that application, we extend the living space of unit number 3 by adding a 1-story addition with a private exclusive roof deck for the owner of unit number 3. Currently, 2 Snelling Place is a 3-family residential dwelling. We are not changing the occupancy of the property. What we're doing is simply just expanding the living space. Right now you have 3 units. They're all 1-bedrooms. They're all at approximately 460 square feet. First floor is a little bit less because you have the main entrance of the stairwell, so it's a little bit less, around 430 or so, but around 460 square feet. The lot is approximately, according to the Boston surveys, George Collins did the survey plan, 618 square feet, so you understand it's a small lot. So just give everybody an idea where Snelling Place is. It's right off of Hull Street. This is Salem Street. Here's Hull Street. Kind of sneak in right around here. 2 Snelling Place is right here. So just move forward. This is a multifamily residential sub-district. I went through what the proposal. Really just BPDA map. Here's where we sit. This is Hull Street. That's 7 Hull. That's 1 Snelling, 2 Snelling, 3 Snelling, 4 Snelling. Here you got the 1 Michelangelo. That's the back. Starts here, kind of in the back, and that's Cobb's Hill. Another existing site, just so everybody gets a little more familiar with the site, is right here. Moving forward, Snelling Place. There you go. Our zoning analysis. So when we filed our zoning ISD for a work permit, it was denied. Why was it denied? Because we have some zoning violations. The first violation we encounter is the floor area ratio, which is the FAR. Something that I think this association has heard many, many times over the years, FAR. In a multifamily residential subdistrict, we have an FAR of 3.0. Right now, presently, we are a little bit under the 3.0, so we are in compliance with the FAR. However, when we extend the living space into the basement and go up 1 story, we're going to be over the FAR to a 4.3. We're in compliance with everything else except for the rear yard. Rear yard and multifamily, you have to be set back from your property line 12 feet. Right now, it's a pre-existing violation because we are all the way set back onto our property line. However, once we build that 1-story addition, we are setting it back. It kicks into violation because we're not setting it back 12 feet, setting it back approximately 6 feet. So we're 6 feet off the back property. The other violation that we encounter is a roof structure violation. Once again, we've had many projects here where there's 1-story additions and wide changing the structure of the roof. So that's why it's a violation. But we're altering what it looks like today. We're altering it by putting a 1-story addition in the roof deck. Lot plan 618 by George Collins. I'm going to go through the floor plan, and if everyone has questions in between, I'm more than happy to answer them. This will be the lower level. The first floor will be a 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit number 1. So in the lower level, we're going to have the front of it is set back about 9 feet, 7.5 inches. This is just for storage. There's some mechanicals in here. It will allow for the unit owners to have some storage if they want to, store some bikes, carriages, or whatnot. We have a bedroom and a bath. So 1 bedroom, 1 bath, lower level. Interior stairwell. Move upstairs. This is still unit 1. This is really the first floor. Your kitchen and your other bathroom, utility, laundries, etc. You have your means of egress, which is a second means of egress, which is an existing fireplace. Fire escape, which you'll see when we show the rear elevation. Second floor unit, it just will be remodeled. However, it's going to remain a 1-bedroom, 1 bath. It's approximately 460 square feet. I apologize. Unit 1, by adding the additional living space, is going to go to approximately 860 square feet living space, 2 bedrooms. unit number 3, it's another duplex apartment when we add the one-story addition. This is going to be the lower level of unit number 3. It's actually going to be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath unit. It's approximately 900 square feet, interior stairwell. On the third level, you're going to have a bedroom, kitchen area, bath, laundry, utilities. Second means of egress is the existing fire escape. This will be the proposed 4th floor addition, bedroom, back, and interior stairwell, which will go up to the new private roof deck, which is approximately 160 square feet. I am going to just go back one slide previously. I want to mention that this is, our property line is here, so we are going to have some open space, approximately 60 to 70 square feet of roof deck out here, which really sits on the roof of the 3rd floor, and because we're going to only build up to here, but our property line goes back here. This would be 1, and this would be 3. When I say 3 Snelling Place, that's 1 Snelling Place. So that's going to be some open space for unit number 3 as well. And moving back onto the roof deck, private roof deck, 160 square feet. It's set back from the front of the building approximately 9 feet. This will be an existing head house here, and really going to draw right around here. This air conditioning units here. So moving forward, the front elevation, which we are building out to the property line here. This will be Snelling Place. And the rear elevation, as you can see, the existing fire escape, which still remains, can't remove them. That would be the top of the existing roof, which would be some outdoor space, and there's rear elevation. I think that is the end of my presentation for the proposal to Snelling Place.
Questions?
Is the owner here to represent his point of view?
The owner is not here. He's represented here by Sid Knock, and also here is Vera from Houghton Property, who works the office as a property manager down at 105 North Washington Street.
However, the owner isn't here.
That's correct. The owner does not.
Hold on, everybody, hold on. Abutters first, please.
The question I have is there any element of need for this? Is there any anything which is accomplished for this? I mean, usually when you ask for something like this, it's because you want to bring a current, or you have some reason for doing it, or need for it. And so, is there any reason that the building cannot function as it is?
Certainly, the building can function as it's functioning now. It's been functioning like that for many, many years. However, the units are small. The owner wanted to expand the living space. As I said, the lot is only 618 square feet. The unit sizes are small. Unit 1 is about 430 square feet. Unit 2, and currently Unit 3 at 460 square feet. I feel by giving it a little additional living space, it will be better for the property.
So there is no hardship. That's
Well, the hardship would be the units are a little bit smaller.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Okay, so now we're going to go with butters.
Yeah.
Can I stand, please? Thank you. My name is Michael Aquilino. This is my wife, Angela. We live at 1 Snelling Place. We've lived there on March 20th. We'll have lived there 40 years.
Wow. I'd like to add to that, please, excuse me.
Oh,
Since
sure.
it's a family building, I've been there over 70 years.
Excuse me, I did not want to give my wife's age.
I have kids to know my age. I've been there all that time.
Well, it's a
And I'm proud of it.
It's a multi-generational building. And to answer the question, is there a hardship? No, there is no hardship. This building was purchased, I think, in 2012. It was a 3-family, 3-story building. On one side of it, number 3 Snelling Place is a 3-story, 3-family building, and our building is a 3-family, 3-story building. So they're all the same. Now, one thing I want to say is that this presentation has changed dramatically since the zoning subcommittee and the others, because Dan is not presenting the whole picture of the yard this time, okay? And what it is that 3 Snelling Place is a 3-story building, 1 Snelling Place is a 3-story building, and the 7 House Street is a 5-story building. but it's one, because of the elevation, it's 1 story above me. So when they put up this extra floor, I'm going to be in a canyon. We're going to be in a canyon. Light in the air is just something that's going to be certainly reduced. When they have the balcony in the back, they're going to be able to look into our windows, and also when they go up, that roof deck will be looking right into our skylights. So this is something that I think is really not necessary. But I'd like to also go over just a quick bit of history. In 2016, they proposed this also, and I tried to work with everybody to get this done, okay? So, but in 2016, when we were working on this, and worked for 1 year, they never came down with a solid plan. The plan always changed. Sometimes it was 2 bathrooms on 1 floor, which of course concerned us about Airbnb, and there was some Airbnb activity there. So we were very concerned about that. So we worked on it, and we did not come to an agreement. But what I will do in the end is just say to you, in the end, why we didn't come to that agreement, okay? So we know the loss of privacy, we know everything else. Seth Knock is here, he lives in New York, he's a business person, he's a real estate person. He representing Bharat, Rick and Danny, and he lives in Singapore, as I understand it. We have no evidence that, in the last meeting that was here, Dan said that Bharat was going to maybe live here in 2 or 3 years. I mean, there's no evidence of that. I mean, that. And then the last meeting, he says, well, he's had 2 nieces live in the building. Well, we've lived there. I've never seen 2 nieces in the building.
You haven't said that, Michael.
It's on the you go to videotape. I heard it right today. So whether Bharat lives here or not, he's certainly got the right. He owns the building, but there's no indication that this is going to be a building that's going to be owner occupied. Why does that make a difference? That makes a difference because we've had problems. And not only Airbnb problems, but when they renovated the top floor, could you please tell the story when they renovated the top floor?
Well, they moved in like a cherry picker. And as you saw from the picture, Snelling Place is very, very narrow. And there is a sign on a pole that says no vehicles allowed because the ground, the Snelling Place is not solid. The water pipe is under there, and with heavy equipment, cement can implode. And so this cherry picker was in there. In order to get into the yard, they had to go over our steps. They broke our grill. They knocked over our planters. And when I complained, absolutely, they could care less. We got no satisfaction. No one came and said, oh, we're awfully sorry, offer it this, offer. They just went ahead and did whatever they wanted to do.
I made a call to Holden Properties, no return call. Okay? So what it is, it's an absentee landlord situation that when we're agreed on some certain situations, we have no idea who to call. So that's the point that I'm making here. Okay, so just to make everything, as quick as your time is very valuable, is that in negotiating that deal, we were offered a check for $100,000 to agree to this, okay? But in an email, which I have included in the package here, Dan said that, and this is to my lawyer, because I had to have a lawyer, I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you. I spoke with the RAT and said last night, and unfortunately, the numbers simply do not work for a 3-family dwelling. They wanted to go to a 4-family dwelling. They had hoped and anticipated that they could make it work with a 3-family and still agree to mitigation package with Michael and me. However, it doesn't make sense financially. It doesn't make sense financially to move forward at this time as a 3-family. The only option is to change it to a 4-family, and the RAT will send a check to you. Well, thank you. My response was to that was simply this. Dan, thank you. I cooperated with your clients and provided my best efforts within the interests of the North End community. Hopefully, they will sell the building to a more knowledgeable investor, or better, to a family that will occupy the building. We turned down a $100,000 check because this doesn't work for the North End. And that was very important to us. It wasn't necessarily the extra floor, it was the fact that it was going to a 4-family from a 3-family. Now, they're proposing a 3-family, okay? But now this 3-family without me going up, it just puts me in a tunnel. And we're afraid of snow and privacy and everything else. So in the end, for us, it's a family and community thing. In the end, for them, it's an investment. I understand that. And I ask that, we're aggrieved in this situation, and I ask that you vote to oppose this. Thank you.
Are there any other butters here? Questions?
There was a question about fire safety that came up the other night. Dan, can you tell us about how the people on the 4th floor are going to get down in the event of a fire?
There's 2 means of egress, and that's what is required. We have 1, 2, 3, 2 means of egresses for each
So they go from the top deck down to the next level down?
They walk down their interior stairs. They walk down their interior stairs. They can get out here or get out the front interior, the common stairway to the bottom.
You said something like going next door to their deck, and that doesn't exist.
I don't know what the question was, but so I'm not going to really guess at it, but I think maybe someone said, can you get to 3 or 1? But maybe you can
How do you
probably
get from 4 to 3?
4 to 3.
How do you get from the 4th floor to the 3rd floor?
You go for interior stairwell.
What's the second egress?
There's the fire escape right here. So the second means of egress is right here.
There's no way to get from 4 to 3.
With your interior stairwell. And you're required to have 2 means of egress. We're meeting the building code, we're meeting the fire code, the building will be fully sprinkled, so we're meeting the both building code and fire code.
So there is a fire escape on this one?
No, this well, yeah, it won't exist. It won't exist. So this is our second means of egress, and this is what is required.
Also, Joe next door in 3 Snelling is doing the same renovation, and the means of egress can be from our unit to his unit, through the...
Are they connected?
Yes.
Yeah, well, so I wasn't gonna really discuss 3 Snelling
Well, I know.
but
I know, and I'd like to expose this. No, and the reason is 3 Snelling, sorry, Dan.
All right, go ahead.
3 Snelling Place got approved to do a similar, if almost the same, but it is not done. Because they got the approval doesn't mean it's going to be completed. And I think that's an assumption. And in speaking and talking with the person who owns 3 Snelling, he's concerned about the cost of doing this renovation. So I think that if you assume that 3 Snelling Place is going up, I think that that's an assumption that is somewhat baseless at this time until permits are granted to go up and we see construction contracts.
I'll agree with Michael. It hasn't gone up. As of right now, it still remains a 3-family residential building. I think the point was the exact same 1-story residential addition to the 4th floor and the exact same additional space into the basin.
Owner occupied, right?
Well, there is a family member that lives there. Absolutely, it's been in the family for many years. He doesn't live too far, correct.
I want to give other people a chance to ask questions.
The 1-story addition is identical to the 1-story addition at 3 Snelling Place, which, like you said, it's not done, but got approved by the zoning board.
Let's let some other people ask questions, because I know there are other questions. I'm going to get kicked out of here. Yes, Dave?
Dan, a few times you've mentioned increase in living space, but when I look at the floor plans, I don't see living space at all. I see sleeping space. Where is the living space? And it makes me nervous because this neighborhood is more and more becoming a transient neighborhood. Hopefully that'll go back the other way a bit when the regulations on short-term rentals take effect. But we're becoming more and more of a transient neighborhood. When I look at this, I don't see places where people can live for any extended period of time. Where are the living rooms on these floor plans?
On the first,
And what are their dimensions?
the dimensions, like I said, the first floor, unit number 1 is 860 square feet.
Of the living room?
So we got a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Second unit is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. Third floor will be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And this is, the floor plan is
How many
Michael,
square feet on the third floor?
900.
3 bedrooms and 900?
Right. So with that said, I mean, the floor plan, bathroom space was, as Michael points out, we did work in good faith well over a year. So, and this was worked out with the abutter, the actual floor plan. So here's 3 lower level, kitchen, bedroom.
No, I want to
bath-
see the one with the 3 bedrooms.
This is it.
Oh, I thought it was on the third floor.
Oh, is that?
Okay, now I get it, okay.
All right, so
Let's
low.
let some other, okay,
All right,
other people.
great.
So there's no answer to my question, I guess, right?
So yeah, I'm gonna go over the living space, Dave. So living space here, kitchen, living space, bedroom.
Wait,
Upstairs, 2 bedrooms.
You went really fast.
Wait.
I have
Oh,
a
here's
question.
kitchenette, kitchen here, living space here. I don't see what the problem is with the floor plan.
So the kitchen is not like a real like eating kitchen. You have like a 2-seater or something, and then the living room is the same size as the tiny kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of
So
square
it's a land.
footage, in terms of square footage, the floor plan could change if there's a concern with the floor plan, but I don't see what,
That's
we've
not
seen.
where our family's going to live.
Well, I just have one concern here, and that is that a financial hardship has never qualified as a legal point for a variance, to ask for a variance. So for him to say it doesn't work out, that would go to buyer beware. I don't think that we should be supporting people who live out of town, don't even live here, that are claiming financial hardship.
Well,
That is
just-
not a variance.
You're correct, and we're not claiming, we claim to find there was a financial difficulty when we were
I don't
going
know the
to,
difference. I don't
pro-
understand the difference.
when we were proposing, when we were working things out with one Snelling Place, we had worked out that we were gonna build a 1-story addition for one Snelling Place. Ultimately, it was, we'll present $100,000 to the cost of the 1-story addition.
We're talking about 2
Well,
Snelling Place,
Yeah,
right?
right, I'm gonna answer your question, sorry. You had said financial hardship, so what we did, my client had informed me, by keeping it a 3-family and making the mitigation package to one Snelling, financially it didn't work for him. That's why we couldn't do it. That's why negotiations broke down. Michael was adamant about not changing it to a 4-family. I commend him on that, and that's what we've done. They want to change it to a 4-family. We couldn't move forward with the mitigation package, not change it to a 4-family.
Has this owner ever been in the building? Ever seen the building?
Next,
No, it's a question.
It's not yeah, many times. Go ahead.
I mean, I can go ahead and, okay.
So let me just point out, I'm Vera Barter from Hook Property Management. We professionally manage the building and the rentals. We were involved in bringing the building, or helping the owner bring the building up to a full sprinkler system, which was extensive on a 3-family building. The units, except for the first floor, were renovated. When you say an eat-in kitchen, they don't have an eat-in kitchen now. They're completely renovated. They're very sweet little units. In terms of Bharat, he has been to the building multiple times. He is in Singapore. He heads the Microsoft office. He's an MIT graduate who grew up in Boston. There is no question in my mind, and I'm not going to be the one who tells you in 3 years Bharat's going to be back in the North End. There's no question in my mind that it is his intention to come back to his roots in Boston.
So what happens to this property for 3 years?
I have a question. Who lives in the property now? Is it? the
Lease.
people
It's
living
3
there?
rentals,
They're
3
full-time?
tenants,
They're
full-time,
full-time, okay.
yes, yeah.
I just wanted to make one quick point that was for sale, the property was for sale for 2017 for the whole year. So he might have had the intention of coming back to Boston, which I understand, but putting the property up for sale in 2017 tells me he probably wouldn't live there. That's all.
Okay,
He put it up
another
for
question, then we have to vote, because we're gonna have
I
to.
said, he put it up for sale because the negotiations to create his unit, because he wanted to ultimately move into the third floor unit. When he couldn't reach an agreement with you, he decided to put the unit up for sale and purchase.
Why did he say that at the time of negotiations? Why is it now and not then? That was never said to me, Seth, you know that. So this is something new to me.
One more question, and then we'll have to vote. You have a question? Mary?
Oh, I always have a question. What benefit is this to us? Snelling Place is a quaint little alley. I grew up on Hull Street. I was there almost as long as Angela. She's all, no, you're older. Don't go there.
Okay, we have like 5 minutes,
Okay.
5 minutes.
We don't need the
Mary has a
height. We
question.
don't need any more density in there. We don't need any more Airbnb. And to me, that looks like a perfect apartment to rent out to students, which we don't need more of now, you know.
I agree with you 100%. You've seen that in all these
If he
meetings.
wanted to build there and he wanted to really move there, he could make it a one-family home. Just like he did the same thing. So he can have all the room that he wants.
Okay, Mary Ruby has a question.
Okay, really, it's kind of a combination of the question and a comment, but you may recall that when Councilor Edwards was here, she talked about investors who basically see our local housing stock as an alternative to the stock market and we need to control that. And this seems to be a case study in that of somebody who is at a great distance, who really is not interested in this community per se, but is interested in investment. So my question is that why would we, as an organization of residents, think it is a good idea to support this kind of investment in our neighborhood? This is what has driven up the cost, has really led to there being little, if any, affordable housing. So why would we support that? That's my question.
Shall we vote?
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Ballot one with either support or oppose. Any second?
I hear the vote for it, 30 opposed.
Say that again.
4 in support and 30 opposed.
Thank you.